Hey everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex Stock Predictions. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I am the Vortex Trader and today it is time for the weekly trading breakdown. This is where I go over all the previous week's positions and I show you whether the trade won or lost. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first trade was AUD USD 4-hour double bottom on Monday, right? Monday was the 18th. Now, what I was saying, let's rewind this chart so we can see exactly how it played out. All right, this is what the chart looked like on Monday. We can see with this candle, we saw the break and close above this neckline, which is something that I was waiting for, right? This wick made a higher high. We can officially say because the candle, remember, it is the 4-hour time frame. So because there we can see it clearly that this candle closed above this neckline, which is fantastic. I was waiting for a retrace back into the neckline. All right, so let's push the play button and let's see what happened. Right, there we go. So look at that retrace. Perfectly into the center of the yellow neckline. My targets, which were found with the trend-based fib extension tool, were sitting up above here. First target being the 0.691 price point, right? Why? Why? Because it is previous support flipped to resistance over here, all right? So let's see what happened. Let's push play. Now remember, this is the 4-hour time frame. So this is on Monday. Now we're on Tuesday. There's a spike. Now we're on the 20th. It's Wednesday. Perfect. There we go. As you can see, we pushed past target number 1. Profits were taken. And then was and still am holding on and for price to reach target number 2. However, the bulk of my position was taken off the table once we hit these targets right here, right? So the target was hit. Let's just push the play button and see what else price did. Look, there's the pullback. There's quite a scary pullback. There's a dip, and it is a fake out clearly because we are still trending to the upside, right? And currently, look how high price actually spiked, right? Very, very close to target number 2. And because I can say we are in a clear uptrend here, I will be holding the remainder of my profits until we get to the second target. So far, all good. Trade number 1 done and dusted. It was a winner. Let's jump into the second position. Right. Trade number 2 was Euro USD, right? On the daily time frame, we had a descending channel, which was this right here. And I was saying if we could close above this previous resistance, this line, right? Wait for a retrace back into this line and then look for a long position to go long to take this pair up to the top of this channel. Now, because it is the daily time frame, there is no point in me rewinding because it would only be 2 or 3 bars that disappeared. Okay, so we had our retrace. We clearly had our retrace. And what I was saying is we should jump in on the 4-hour and look if there are any positions worth jumping in at a lower time frame, right? Because just to enter for the sake of entering on the daily time frame, when we see something like this, we're looking at resistance lines, flip to support lines, and it can all get pretty messy. So as for this one, there were no positions for me to jump in on inside a lower time frame. We have seen that retrace back into this previous zone, which was previous resistance, 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 flip to support, support, support. And we closed above it now, right? So there may be an entry for us to take on the 4-hour. However, we will jump into that on Monday and we can see if there is a reason for us to go long. And if there is, you can be sure of it. I will definitely be posting it. So as it stands right now, this trade is still continuing, right? There is nothing at the moment that is suggesting hitting stop loss or hitting targets, right? The entry, if you wanted to do it, was on this previous support flip to resistance. However, like I said, I was looking on the 4 hour to see whether we could find an entry, and there was nothing. So this trade right now is still, it's under our eye. Okay, we are busy watching it, right? So nothing at the moment, which is all good. Let's jump to the last trade of the week, which was on GBP USD 4 hour. We had a head and shoulders. All right, check this one out. This is pretty interesting. We can clearly see we have been liquidated, right? Price came up and stopped us out completely. But if you would have taken profits before, right? Yes, if you would have taken profits at least at 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, which is always recommended. Guys, you can't hold on to one position all the time hoping to get a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 10 or a 1. You know what? You have to take profits, right? If you're risking 1 to make twice X that, right? Or 3 times your position size, take some profits off the table, right? You can see this one gave us an awesome 1 to 2. And if we held on to 1 to 3, we would have gotten 1 to 3 as well, because our stop was right above this previous line, which is actually the neckline for this double top right here, right? And we were right a couple of pips just above that, right? And we can see we wicked down, right? We did not close in this area right here. We wicked back up. Now this wick alone, although we closed bearish, we can see that there is a lot of bulls in this region right here, which is why price was struggling to close below it. All right. At this point, let me just rewind it so I can show you. Let's take it from here. Okay. Check it out. At this point, right now, price is looking bearish. It's looking fantastic, right? We have a retrace. However, remember I did say on this recording back then that this bar of volume did concern me. It was the only thing that I was watching out for, right? Because the bulls were showing up clearly. I mean, look at the candle size next to it and look at the volume, and then look at the candle size next to it and look at the volume. You see what I'm saying? This volume was much larger. Now, when we push play, look at that candle. Aha. Even more bearish volume. More bearish volume. But look at the wick, right? At one point in time, this candle was closed all the way down here, right? With some fantastic bearish volume to accompany it. But now we have wicks. We got 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wicks. Let's push play. Right. You can see price is coming back down. Look at the volume. Not as strong as before, right? Look at the wicks. You see now with this first wick here, we would have hit a 1, 2, 3 RR. If we would have held out to previous wick structure, you can call it, which is this region right here, right? Because now we're touching this wick, we're incorporating this wick. So we can say this could be a safe target if we saw that retrace, which would have given us an easy 1 to 2 RR. All right, because now once we push play, this is where things go sour. Look at that. Bam! That is what we call a stop hunt, my friends. Look at that liquidity. Look at that spike. Comes out of nowhere, right? Takes us all out. I would not be surprised if we saw, once the markets open, price continuing to come back down next week. However, I'm not a fortune teller. I have no way of knowing this. It may continue to go up, right? This is on the 4-hour time frame, right? We have to make sure we are trading with the trend, and on the daily we are still bearish, and we can see prices hitting this resistance here. 1, 2, 3, 4 now, right? So this is clearly a resistance zone, and the old saying is if you hit a wall enough times, it will eventually break. Well, the same goes with trading. If you hit a point of resistance or support enough times, it will eventually break. All right, so we can call this trade an even win, right? We took a 2x out of this position. The rest of us got stopped out. The rest of our position got stopped out. Okay, and on that note, guys, I hope you found value. If you did, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment in the comment section if there's anything that you wish to know. I will be sure to jump right in and help you. And tomorrow is Monday, and the markets will be open, and we shall be hunting for some awesome opportunities. Until then, thanks again very much for watching. See you in the next one.